Contractors, do you think Google reviews really matter for your business? In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how they can make or break your business today. Guys, imagine you're a homeowner and you want to have a deck rebuilt. The first thing you're going to do is go to Google and type in deck builders, Cincinnati, Ohio. The second thing you're going to do is scroll right down to the map pack to find contractors inside of your area, right? And the next thing, before they click on your website, before they make a call, before they take any action at all, the first thing they're going to do is look at your review count. The first competitor here has 116 reviews. The next competitor has 97 reviews, and the next one has 10 reviews. Who do you think they're going to call first? They are going to call the person with the most reviews, the highest star rating, and the most credible person in their area. I would even imagine 90% of the calls go right to these two because they have high star rating, they look credible, and they're in their local area. This one with 10, although it will gain traction and it will get a few calls here and there, it is still not going to get the majority of the calls, and you're missing jobs to your competitors just because you haven't reached out to your past customer list. Guys, everybody shops on Amazon these days. They go on Amazon, they type in exactly what they want, and they find a product that is 10, 20, 30 dollars. And what they do at first is they look through the reviews. How many reviews do they have? Is it 5 stars? Are other customers experiencing problems with the product? Think about your business as far as what Amazon did to shake up the industry, and think about your business. You are charging 10, 15, 20, $30,000 for a new deck, a new patio, a new retaining wall, a new hardscape, something that is very high value, and your customers are going to go to Google to see if you are credible and that you have done great past work. 88% of customers read online reviews before they even engage with your business. That means if you have low reviews, you are missing calls, you're missing jobs, and you also have a harder uphill battle when you do get in front of a customer, because if they go to Google and they search deck builder near me and somebody else has 100 plus reviews and you have 12, they're going to contact that other company and they're going to at least get a bid. And if that company does a better presentation, provides a better price, you're out of a job very quickly. So not only are reviews really important for building trust, but they also help you get more jobs. Right here, Google ranks your Google business profile based on how many reviews you have, how recent they are, and how credible your website and listing is. Otherwise, you have to pay to be there in a sponsored ad. That sponsored ad, also, you might have lower reviews. So the majority of the calls are still going to the higher competitor. Now, if you have only a certain customer base, it's a good place to start. You will get a few, reviews. If these people do not answer right away, they're going to go to your listing and give you a call at least, or at least give you a shot. But the majority of all of the calls are going to the top people in the market with those highest reviews, right? Now, the other thing is, if you're shown in the Mac pack, right, whether it's a sponsored ad or you get up there just because you're doing a lot of SEO work, the majority of the people are still going to call the people with the highest reviews, the best reviews, the most, posts on their listing, things of that nature. So it's just the way it is, guys. We got to compete in this local market and we got to be better than our competitors so we can stand out from the crowd. So I like to call this the 3 layers of Google review importance. One, the first thing it does is customers want to work with you if they can trust you. Sales is just about building trust. And once they trust you, they will at least let you come on site, give an estimate, and you have a better chance of winning that deal because you've already built trust before they even contacted you. The second is Google will reward you for having better reviews, having a stronger listing, separating yourself from your competitors in your local market. Google will reward you as long as you do the upfront work to get those reviews and showcase that you're wanting to be in that top position in your local market. And the third is it becomes easier for you guys to sell because once you have these reviews, you have trust on your side built in. Psychology 101, if they go on If they go to your Google profile and they see that you have 75, 100 reviews, all of a sudden you're separated from the guy who came and quoted them at 12 reviews or 15 reviews even. So it becomes easier for you to sell, and also you can start to up your price point because you've gained trust in the marketplace. People are going to naturally want to work with you, and they don't mind getting charged a little bit more for a higher quality service, a high quality product, and a better experience. Everybody that I talk to who works with contractors, they just want the person to pick up the phone on the first hit or when they first call, and they just want to know that you're going to be on site and that you're going to do a good job, and there's not going to be a lot of headache. They're giving you a large portion of their money that they've set aside, and they don't want the hassle. They want the Amazon experience. They want to click order, sit back, watch the deck get built, watch their new patio come to life, and then all of a sudden they're enjoying it and they're raving about their experience with you and your company, which turns into another Google review, and it turns into more referrals for your business because you are the credible person in that area. So you may be thinking, Josh, this all sounds well and good. I'd love to get more reviews, but how do you do it, right? So we do it in a very systematic way, and we're going to do it in a way that gets you more high quality reviews, and we're going to revert the bad ones to go someplace else versus Google. Okay. So how do I get more Google reviews? One thing we do is a Google review campaign. We run a blitz and we try to get as many 5-star reviews as we possibly can, and all the bad ones go to another place. So first thing I would need to do is we run an analysis on all your past customers over the last year or two, and we're going to take that list and we're going to upload it into our system to ask those happy customers for reviews. If you know you've had a bad experience with 1 or 2 customers, maybe we take them out, but essentially what we're going to do is we're going to try to find all the happy customers that you work with in the past and ask them for a review. What I see on average is around 15 to 20% will actually leave a review, and all of those are positive. Very few will be negative because we've kind of already dwindled that list down. The second thing is we're going to run a review campaign on select days and hours, and we're going to try to get them to visit our page to leave us a review, and we're going to do it in a very strategic way. We're not going to go out and just ask for a review first and foremost. We're just going to try to get feedback and rating, because one thing is, if we do get bad feedback or bad rating, that helps us grow as a business, and we're going to continue to grow and improve our service so we can do better the next time. So what I do is very strategic. I run a campaign. I will ask for a rating. That rating will lead to a funnel page, which I will walk you through shortly. But essentially, that funnel page looks just like this. It's just going to have, how would you rate our service? Please check a box. And by checking this box, we're going to then find out who is the happy customers who had a good experience with your service and who are the people who are not, and what is their feedback so we can improve in the future. So here we are, guys. Once we reach out to your past customer list, what we're going to do is direct them to a funnel page. That funnel page is going to collect good reviews, and we are going to learn about if they had a bad experience, and we're not going to push that to Google if we can. Now, what we do is we create a custom funnel page directly for you guys, and we are going to ask for a rating. Please rate our service. Once they click a link, we will automatically go to another page that says, hey, thank you for your feedback. Please leave us a Google review. We'd love to really understand your experience with us and share that with others. And really, it's the lifeblood of our small business. Every time you leave us a 5-star review, we get to help somebody else in need. And it also helps the customer because they're reminded of your good service, and they might need something in the future that you can come back and help them with. So when you click this, it will automatically go to your Google listing and they can leave a 5-star review. Now, what do I mean by sending bad reviews to elsewhere besides Google? If we ask for a rating and we go to the 3-star review here, we're not going to push it to Google or ask for a Google review. We are going to ask for feedback so we can improve as a business. We need to know where we're strategically strong and where we're not strong. And if we're not strong, We need to understand why and improve it so we can actually grow a sustainable business. We are not going to go at anybody. We're not going to criticize them. We're not going to say, oh, they're a bad customer. You need to take the punches, and when they punch you, you need to understand why. Okay? So this is where we would collect feedback. Everything would get collected inside of the system, and you can review this and discuss it with your team and how do we get better. So we're always trying to improve the business, and we're always trying to grow the business as sustainably as we can. And it all really starts with your past customer list, understanding where you are in the marketplace, and growing that sector over time where you become the top competitor in your market. And then you can, live your happy life, sip pina coladas, drink margaritas on the beaches, have a very happy life from that point on forward. So you're probably thinking, Josh, this looks great. I really want to implement this into my business, but when should I ask for a Google review? Because when I ask, nobody ever leaves me a review. They just say they'll leave me a review, but they don't actually take the next step to leave that Google review. People are busy and they don't want to feel like they have to leave you a Google review. And if you just kind of say it blatantly, they're 99% of the time, they're not going to leave a review. But there's two alternative options. One is using a QR code right when you're done with your job. If you know they're a happy customer, use a QR code and say, hey, do you mind just leaving me a rating? All you have to do is scan this QR code. It takes maybe 60 seconds just to let us know your feedback. Can you do that for me right now? And if you do it right there on site, they're going to leave a review probably 80% of the time because you're face to face with them. Now, if you do not have that implemented, you can also follow up in a text and an email and go back to that funnel page as well and try to ask them for a review like days after they paid the invoice and you know that they're a happy customer. If you get them within maybe a day or so from that invoice being paid, they will happily leave you a Google review and you'll know that they are a happy customer. I would not ask for reviews prior to this because you're not sure if they're a happy customer yet, and you don't want to risk getting bad reviews on your profile because then it's a whole another thing to get them taken off or to bury that review with more positive good reviews. So these are the steps I implement for my customers. We get constant good reviews, and we are continuously building those reviews over time, month over month. And eventually we are going to be at the top of those rankings because we're just so strategic on how we gather these reviews. And we are constantly implementing new strategies to get more positive reviews from happy customers. If you'd like to see more or you'd like to get more Google reviews for your business, hit me up below. There's a link in the description and we can talk and we can get you more 5-star Google reviews and start building trust today.